manage your garden, harvesting garlic and transplanting other vegetables in the grow bed. So over here we have our grow bed of garlic that we planted in the fall. The garlic is not doing really well compared to what I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna take out the garlic that it was planted in the fall over here, and then just leave the ones that I planted in the spring. And this is what I harvested from the half of the raised bed. So what I'm going to do now is just add some fertilizers to the garden bed, leave the leaves and all the weeds in there, and then just add some other fertilizers, and then add some compost to the bed, and then we're gonna transplant some vegetables into this bed right here. So I have some worm castings and compost from the compost pile, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over the bed before I transplant, so that it provides much needed nutrients for the plants that we're gonna be transplanting in here. So let me know in the comments below if you've had a situation like this where you had to change because some items in the garden were not doing great, and then you had to change. So we do this to manage our growing and be able to get more from the garden, because we have a short growing season here in zone 6B. Just wanted to make sure I make full use of it and not just let it go, because I think the garlic still needed at least a month before harvesting. So I was just trying to minimize the losses and get much production from this raised bed over here. So right now what I'm doing is watering the beds. I always like to water the bed or the garden or container before I transplant, so that way it guarantees that at least the bed is or the container where we're transplanting into is nice and moist for the plants, so that it reduce plant shock and plants are able to just pick up from where they left off. So we're gonna transplant our seedlings in here. Like I said at the beginning, we have a couple of different seedlings we're gonna transplant in here. The first one is gonna be Anchia. These are the seedlings for Anchia that we have here from the greenhouse. So we're gonna transplant them in the bag. These are large plants, tropical plants that love the hot temperature out here right now, and they're gonna do well against the fence. And we're gonna put the large plants in the back, and then we're gonna put the smaller plants in the front later on. So I'm just digging a hole and then just transplanting the seedlings into them, and that way I have the bed full with all vegetables that we're gonna be able to harvest regularly for the next couple of months to the end of the season. So, like I said, the other uh, uh, garlic on the left that we have there, we're gonna let it go and maybe harvest it later on in like a month and a half or 2 months. But if it starts looking bad and it's not doing well in this location, I'm gonna take it out and put something else that's gonna produce for us in this garden. So we want to make sure that we are able to maximize our garden and harvest as much as possible. So we are almost done transplanting our Anchia. Let me know in the comments below if you know of Anchia, if you've eaten Anchia or you've grown Anchia. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what's the name you guys call this in your area, where you come from. So I know we call it Anchia. They might have some other different names that we don't have, but um, well, as usual, there are so many different names for some plants, so we're gonna try to go with Anchia right now. So this we are just transplanting the last ones right now, and then we're gonna grab the other seedlings that we're gonna transplant in the front. Like I said, the other ones are gonna be much taller, but I have some sweet bitter leaf over here that we're gonna transplant in the spots in the front. So we have a few sweet bitter leaf we're gonna transplant, and the rest, what we're gonna do is gonna transplant water leaf. Water leaf, just like the other plants I was talking about, has so many different names. So um, sometimes they call it African spinach, Lego spinach, Philippine spinach. So they have so many different names. Let me know in the comments below if you've grown or if eaten or you've seen water leaf, and also let me know the name you guys call it in your area. What do you guys call it? I know there's so many different names. I'll see if I can put the names, the various names that we know of, in the description below, and hopefully that's gonna be able to help you guys out. So like I said, we still have a couple of anchors that we're gonna transplant, and then we can transplant the other stuff in the front. So this bed is a bed that I made last year, and I put some fresh organic materials in them, but it's been a while, so we're gonna try to make sure that we um, at least make sure that the beds have all the nutrients they need. That's why I added all the other fertilizers to it. So transplanting, usually I use root enhancer like mycorrhiza fungi and stuff like that to improve it. This one I have so much nutrients on this bed. I just said no, I just gonna go without the mycorrhiza fungi on this one and just see how it goes. But if you've seen most of my transplants, I've used the mycorrhiza to help the plants thrive and get as much nutrients out of the garden as possible. If you like the video so far, please smash the like button. If you're not following me, follow me for more videos like this. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. And also, please share the video. If you like the video, somebody else might like the video, share the video. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about my transplanting, my thought, my reasoning for the my garden management, and any other tips or questions you might have, leave them below. So now it's time for us to transplant the water leaf. And so we're going to transplant them. The spacing for the water leaves are just going to be about 3 to 4 inches apart. The Anchia and the other ones were about a little bit more, like 6 to 8 inches apart, depending on the size. So, but we're going to keep an eye on that. If it's too close, we might be able to space it out, but most of them should be fine like these. They have enough nutrients on the bed, so they should be able to grow and do well in this bed. With the other vegetables that we just planted, the anchia and sweet bitter leaf, they can be used to prepare like soups by themselves. But this one, water leaf, we usually use it to add to another arrow to be able to prepare arrow. I know people might have different dishes that they prepare with it. So let me know in the comments below if you guys use water leaf and what other dish you guys use water leaf for. We use it mostly for to prepare arrow, but let me know in the comments below what you guys use water leaf, the dishes that you guys use water leaf for. And so we're just finishing up our transplanting over here, and then it's ready. So what we're gonna do, I usually do next is once we're done transplanting, we like to water. You want to make sure that the plants are completely soaked, and make sure that the roots stay moist so that way they can just pick up and continue thriving from the transplant and reduce transplant shock. Usually you can add maybe like Epsom salt or some other solutions to your water to at least reduce transplant shock, but you can still do without it and just water uh, the, uh, the, uh, the, the plants with just regular water. That's fine. Also, another tip with transplanting is you want to transplant very early in the morning or late in the evening. These times are the best times to transplant because it reduces the stress on the plants. If you water during the day when the sun is already hot, the plants are already struggling with the hot temperature, so it's gonna stress the plants a lot more if you water during the day. So you water in the evening, it gives them time for them to adapt before the next day, or if you water early in the morning, it gives them time to adapt before the sun comes out. So that is it for today. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, smash the like button, leave a comment below, share the video, and don't forget to follow me and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Happy growing, everybody.